Hello and welcome back to Amplify Love with yours truly, Natalia Love Angelou. So today we're going to continue the 12 universal laws, and we're going to talk about law number 6, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. So just close your eyes for a moment and envision a world where the energy around us is in constant motion, like a sympathy of change and growth. This is the incredible truth revealed by the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. It reminds us that on an energetic level, everything in the universe is continuously evolving and fluctuating. So, to understand this law better, just imagine this. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy suggests that at an energetic level, everything around us is in a perpetual state of fluctuation. Every action we take is preceded by a thought, and these thoughts carry an immense power. They are the archetypes of our reality, capable of manifesting anything you desire in this physical realm. So imagine that your thoughts is the seed, is the architect of your life. So when you think of transmutation, that means change, to transmute. So this law suggests that if you focus on transmuting energy, you can create anything you desire. It's focusing on the inner thoughts, reframing any negative thoughts into a positive thought is a great tool to transmute for your own growth. In life, we're going to have many different experiences. There's going to be pain and shadows and blessings and great things to be grateful for. But to really remember that when we explore inner world, you can see a shift in your outer world. And we talked about this in one of the other laws. A lot of these laws are very connected. That's why they're the 12 universal laws, because they build on each other. It's like building a house. You need to have a great foundation, a nice solid foundation before you can continue building the frame and continue to build the walls and then the things inside and the ceiling and the drywalls and the paint and the tiles and all that stuff. So think of that with the laws, that everything builds on each other and they all flow beautifully. So as we explore this law in our daily lives, just pay attention to the thoughts you carry. What thoughts, what emotions do you allow to take place inside? And without any judgments at all, see what is influencing your actions and your decisions. So the thoughts and energy that you carry ripples out into the universe. So it attracts similar energies. It's a continual cycle, just like we talked about with the law of resonance, with the law of attraction, the law of vibration, and where you focus on expanse. So this is a perfect example of your internal world being mirrored externally. So remember that we have so much choice in life. You can choose to reframe a negative thought into a positive thought. Reframing means rewriting and making it something that's easier to believe. When you use the power of suggestions and affirmations to reframe a negative thought, you will use this law, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, where you will be able to shift your internal world. When you shift your internal world, you shift your reality. And what is influencing your internal world? Is it a wound that you had when you were an inner child? Was it someone telling you that you weren't good enough? And when people told you you're not good enough, you suck, you're a loser, what's the point of showing up in the world? You took that as a seed and then you believe that seed. And then as an adult, you have that old program, that old thought. That thought's not your thought. That is a thought from your upbringing. It's not your truth. Just because something is in you, it's not you. So if you're struggling with any kind of like depression, as an example, you are beautiful, divine stardust. You are not the depression. The depression is a state of being that you may feel from time to time, but you are not your emotions. You're not angry. You're not happy. You're not joy. Those are all words that reflect an emotional state of being, but it is not you. You are a divine extension of God. You are source embodied. You are stardust embodied. You are not the labels. You're not the thoughts. You're not those seeds that people threw on you. You're not those limiting beliefs that you have within you. This law says that you can transmute anything. You have to be aware. Be aware of those thoughts. Be aware of the energy that you embody and allow it to be there without judgment. And no, it's not you. Investigate it. Figure out, hey, where did this come from? Oh, this came from my upbringing, or this came from this teacher who told me this, or this came from an ex lover who told me that. Break it down and see, oh, this came from the society saying that I need to be perfect in order to fit in. And once you can name it, you can reclaim it. Once you name it, say, hey, this anger is not me, this depression is not me, this limiting beliefs that I'm not good enough is not me. I'm going to reclaim my sovereignty. I'm going to reclaim my superpowers. I'm going to transmute that by reframing. And reframing means rewriting that sentence, rewriting that story. So instead of saying, once upon a time, there was a little girl who grew up in an abusive home and she was so afraid of her life. She was afraid of the world and she had so much fear within her. And she thought bad things were coming her way and she had no self-esteem. She did not love herself and she wanted to hide and she wanted to be invisible. That was my story. I rewrote it and reframed it to once upon a time, there was a girl who grew up in pain and abuse, but she rose through that upbringing of pain and abuse made her have so much more compassion and empathy and understanding and forgiveness for humanity. And she made it her life mission to grow within. So she decided to dive deep into self-love, self-acceptance, and nurtured her sacred temple from within, knowing and reframing that she matters, that she chose this experience for a reason. And what happens around her is not her. She stayed in the center of that storm. And she became this amazing goddess of light and love who amplifies love everywhere she goes. And that's an example of me reframing my story. So I can share my story with a smile on my face. I can share my story with love in my heart. We can share our stories. You can share your stories. Do not judge your experiences. Share your experiences, because when you share, you support your community and people see they're not alone, and you give hope. You give hope to people to know that we can transmute anything. You give them hope to see themselves in you. And when they see themselves in you, they fall in love with themselves, because it's easy for someone else to recognize the greatness in other people than recognizing the greatness in themselves. So use me as a mirror of you. I am a reflection of you. And I believe that you can change anything at any time in your life. You can transmute any negative thoughts and limitation, and you can harness the power of self love, harness the power of positive energy, harness the power of an abundance mindset where love, joy can easily be manifested into your destiny. It's important to plant the seeds of joy, love, gratitude. It's important to make your mind fertile ground. If the seeds are the thoughts, your mind is a fertile soil. Make sure you nurture that. Make sure you transmute any limited beliefs. Pull up those weeds. But always remember, everything beautiful has two sides. We will be talking about the law of duality in the future. But think of the rose. It has its thorns, but it's a beautiful rose, which means in life, sometimes you're going to have some thorns, but through those thorns, when you see the beauty in it all, you'll appreciate the smell of the rose, but it comes with thorns. It's not just a rose bush, it is the whole thing. You can't just pretend the thorns are not there. I'm not telling you to pretend you don't have those feelings. Acknowledge it. I talked about the rain mindfulness technique earlier on in last year's season 1 episodes. RAIN stands for recognize, acknowledge, investigate, and nourish. And when you practice that in your life, it gives you this sense of self awareness and helps you to process things. And when you process things, you can move through things, you can flow, you can bloom, you can grow. And life is all about that. We're always moving, we're always growing, we're always flowing. So use this law to assist you in cultivating that awareness within you. Take a moment every single day to pause and observe your thoughts. Pay attention to the thoughts, pay attention to the emotions. And when negativity creeps in, acknowledge it, but don't allow it to define you. Recognize that you have the power to shift your energy at any time, at any moment. When I went to many of the Power Success seminars with Tony Robbins, he said, just jump up and down, do 30 seconds of jumping jacks, clap, yes, yes, yes. And just doing that shifts your energy, your internal world shifts it. That's a way to transmute the energy. So practice gratitude every day by acknowledging and appreciating the blessings in our lives. We invite abundance and positivity to flow effortlessly. Remember that. Take time every single day to express gratitude for even the smallest miracles and start paying attention to that. Because when you start appreciating the smallest things, stop and pay attention, you start to grow more love, grow more blessings, because having an attitude of gratitude really does shift things internally. And another great way to assist you through transmuting energy is visualizations and affirmations. It assists you in staying strong and positive. Pay attention to your visualizations. What are you imagining for yourself? Remember what I said, the imagination is a key to the spirit world. So visualize yourself the way you desire to be, and carry that energy as it is already so. Everything you desire is already there. All you have to do is take that step in that timeline that will create that reality for you, and affirm your worth. Visualization is a potent tool for transmutation of energy. Create a mental image of the reality you desire and really cultivate the emotions associated with that vision, and it will reinforce that desired outcome. Affirmations affirm everything you truly desire. Bring it into your heart, allow it to cultivate in your heart space. And when you cultivate it in your heart space, it will grow and become an avalanche of love and joy and prosperity and abundance. You have the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold in a way that you can use and flow. Remember that you have the power to shift anything in your life. So I want to share a personal story of how I went through something in my life that was a painful experience, and how I used my visualizations and affirmations and reframing to heal. So in 2016, I woke up one day with severe pain. It was in my head. It felt like my head was going to explode. It came from my inner ear. The pain was all in my ear. It felt like I had an infection in my head. And I literally thought I was going to go to bed and not wake up. I thought I was having a brain tumor, that I was going to just die. It was the pain that I've never experienced in my life. It was worse than anything else. So I gave birth 4 times, and birth was easy breezy, beautiful. It was effortless. I used hypnosis. I had my baby in my bed with the midwives. And this pain was like, what is going on? What ended up happening was I was misdiagnosed. The doctor said it was swimmer's ear, but it wasn't. It was Ramsay Hunt syndrome. Ramsay Hunt syndrome is shingles in your ear. And when that happened to me, I was like paralyzed. So I couldn't even close my eyes. I couldn't even smile. I had to put a patch in my eye and tape it shut. And the specialist, the ears, nose, and throat specialist, she said, oh, this is worse than Bell's palsy, because with Bell's palsy, you can heal that. But with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, it gives you nerve damage, and you're going to have residuals for at least 2 years. So you're not going to be able to, smile. So just, I want to give you a reality check. This is a big deal. I started crying. I was like, oh no, I just don't want this story. I'm not going to own this. But I had so much pain, and a thought came into my head of, oh my goodness, is this going to be my new reality? And then my inner warrior said, hell to the no, or heaven to the no. I'm going to shift this. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to do what I do for my clients on me. I'm going to take myself on a journey, because when people come to me for my Reiki and energy healing, I also take them on a journey, and I call it Rise, which is reclaim and integrate sacred energies. And I invoke the angels, and I give them affirmations and take them on a positive journey. So I did that to myself. I surrounded myself with the angels. I gave myself positive affirmations. I gave myself healing energetically with the Reiki and the Rise. And I took myself on a journey into my future, visualizing myself smiling. And I used to go like this into the mirror, forcing a smile. I used to see it. I kept telling myself, I can heal anything. This is just an experience to make me stronger. Just like the diamond needs friction in order to shine. This is going to help me shine. I'm not a label. I'm not what they say. I can grow through this. And then I also saw my naturopath who did acupuncture on me 3 times a week. And I had acupunctures on my face. I have all the evidence. I posted this all on Facebook. I have all the videos. And I even showed up on Facebook crying, asking for prayers, because I believe in the power of prayer. I believe that when you ask, you shall receive. So I used the power of visualizations. I did affirmations. I also seeked out help. I got acupuncture. I got massage. I did hypnosis on myself to calm and relax and talk to my body and tell my body that I am whole and complete and I can heal anything at any time, that my body is a miracle and that my body remembers its natural state of being. I remember I can heal anything at any time. And this is an experience that I'm going to grow through. And in 30 days, I completely healed. I went back to the ears, nose, throat specialist, and her mouth dropped. And she could not believe it. And she said, "Oh, you must be lucky." When I told her I did all this other alternative ways of healing, she dismissed it. And I knew 111% that I healed myself with the power of prayer, the trust and faith in God, the universe, with the power of visualizations and affirmations. And the pain went away. And now look at me. So that's one example of transmuting the energy. I could have believed the story that I was told. I could have believed that I'm going to be having a crooked smile forever, that I'm going to be struggling with Ramsay Hunt syndrome. You know, if you Google it, you'll see, oh, there's somebody here and there. And, you know, most of them don't have a full recovery. But I did because it was part of my timeline to grow through that. So that's an example of transmuting energy and not allowing something externally to influence my beautiful heart and life. You have the power to change anything at any time. I had a client recently and she was going through a lot. And when I do my healing, I tap into the 5D realm and I ask the higher self, what does this person need to hear? And I'm clairvoyant, so I see things in images. So this person gave me permission to share this. Um, and even though if this person didn't, as long as I don't say the name, it's all good. So the image that came when I was doing her energy healing, I saw an image in her aura field, and it was in the left side, which is a mother wound. Anything to do with the sides, left is feminine and right is masculine. Doesn't matter what gender you are. I'm just talking about the energy that we carry. Every single thing has that feminine and masculine. That's part of every single human being. So um, I saw it on the left side and I said, this is a mother wound. And what I saw was like a fish stuck in a hook out drying up. And what I heard from spirit was that she was hooked, like someone cast a hook and took her out of her natural state of being of love and joy. And she was like in not her right environment. So she was drying up. That was that analogy that my spirit told me, my higher self told me to tell her, because she was struggling with some emotions of sadness and grief and depression and so on. So I also heard that because she was taken out of her element and she was like being dried up, that part of her soul fragments was lost. And in my metaphysical and mystical healings, I believe that our soul is grand like a divine star, and every single one of us is stardust embodied. And when we go through any kind of challenges in our life, it could be like what I shared with my painful experience of the Ramsay Hunt syndrome. I lost some soul fragments there. And my upbringing with abuse, I lost some soul fragments there. And with certain people and going through family issues and any kind of like heartbreak, grief, betrayal, sadness, school, someone's criticizing you, someone putting you down, you putting yourself down, trauma in all forms, you lose parts of your soul fragments. So just think of like you're a big grand stardust and a little bit of little dusty star particles go. So what I did was I evoked all the angels to come and support this healing. I'm an extension of the divine, and I the person who can visualize and see it and give it voice, speak what I see from the 5D spiritual realm into this reality, and assist them using their minds and positive affirmations to shift and grow. But it's not me, I'm a tool for the divine to use. And so I said, we have to call back your soul fragments. We have to call back. So just imagine that, I took her on a journey. Imagine all this divine, beautiful golden sparkles of light coming into her body from the top of her head, filling up every single part of her body, into her heart, into all of her chakras, going down into Mother Earth and going back up until every single cell is cloaked with divine golden stardust. And I took her on a long journey, calling back all pieces of herself, calling back all her soul fragments. And she felt a huge shift. She's sent me messages saying how much better she feels and how I'm a miracle worker. And she wanted me to share this in my podcast. So that's why I'm sharing it, because I said, you're no longer that dried up fish. I removed her off the hook and put her into a bigger ocean, to the bigger ocean where more opportunities, more blessings, more abundance, more love is there. So she felt so good. And calling back your soul fragments is also a tool that a lot of different shamanic practitioners use. And this came to me through a vision that I had when I was doing healing, because I'm always connecting to the divine and asking Archangel Metatron, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel for assistance. And then I get told these things. And then after that, I look it up. And I'm like, what? This thing is a thing? People know about this? I just listen and I do it. And then I see confirmation afterwards that I'm tapping into that source frequency that everyone else can tap into and people can do it. So there's a lot of different shamanic teachers that do certain things like this, but I'm just doing it my way. Everyone does it their own way, and you can learn it. And you could go to someone who does it, or you could come to me, or you could take yourself on the journey as well. We all have the power to transmute energy. And when I did it for myself, I called all parts of me and I called back my soul fragments. I got this sense of inner strength, the sense of belonging, the sense of remembering who I am. And you can do anything you desire. You are capable of greatness as well. So those are a few things I want to share today in this beautiful topic of transmutation of energy. Feel free to send me a message. Let me know how you like this. And we're going to continue the 12 universal laws as well as talk about other things. I'm here for you. If you want me to answer a question, just send me a DM on Instagram at the real Natalia Love Angelou, or send me a message at natalialoveangelou@gmail.com. Or you could go to my website, natalialoveangelou.com, and then you can just send me a message through that, and I will be sure to answer your questions. So I did have someone ask a question of how they can change their natural state of, feelings when they feel very anxious, what they can do. So some of the examples I said here are the answers to that question as well. And I had someone ask me a question about entrepreneurship, and they want me to do a topic on entrepreneurship for being a soulpreneur. And her question was a very good question that I'm going to share in another episode of soulpreneurship. The biggest thing I could say to answer right now, if she is listening, is make a commitment. Make a commitment to show up and do it from your heart. Don't do it out of obligation. Don't do it out of a task and this is how it has to be. Drop into your heart. Make a commitment to show up every single day. Do your best and just rise and know your worth. She was asking about financial prices, and I'm remembering now. And I gave her a big write up, but I'll say here I will do a topic on that. And When you can own your worth, you can accept financial abundance. So come from that place of knowing your worth, knowing that you have to live in this reality of buying food, of buying things. So you need an energy exchange. An energy exchange of money feels good because then you'll be able to have things you desire for your future and for your current life, knowing that you're worth it, reclaiming that power, that the people are coming to you for a reason. And I always tell all my students that when you're starting off with Reiki, start off at this price and grow from there. But we'll do that for another episode. But I just wanted to be here today to remind you that you have the power within to rewrite your story. It's yours. Every single thing that happens is an opportunity for you to bloom and grow through. So remember that. Remember that you have so much magic within you that is there to assist you on this journey. And your light matters, your magic matters, your essence matters. You, exactly how you are, is divine and perfect and whole. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your love, your feedback. So please share this with others. Please tag your friends and rate me. And when you do that, it just gives me an opportunity to share my light with other people. I appreciate you. I see you. I love you. Have a glorious day. Sending you so much love. And remember, you can change anything at any time. Just like I changed my name. Yeah. And when I did that, I transmuted my natural state of energy because names have power. Like the numbers, like the signs, like crystals, everything's energy. And your name is an energy vibration. And when I changed my name, I transmuted myself from one energy frequency to bam, another one. And it was an amazing shift. I'm so glad I listened to spirit when I did that. So give yourself permission to change anything about yourself that you desire. Anything at all. You have complete control. Send you so much love. See you soon. Bye for now.